Caitlin Clark's almost back. The return is imminent. It is loading, progressing. I've told you I believe Clark is playing on Wednesday against the Valkyries. I feel good about that, and I feel even better about it after the Fever practice today. They had an open practice for some season ticket holders and a scrimmage against some practice players. And the most notable thing from that was that Caitlin Clark was out on the floor and out on the floor with the starters. Shout out to Bill Yanni, who got some good footage from the practice. Here was Caitlin Clark taking it strong to the cup. With that right hand. And just seeing her back on the court has to be, therapeutic for many Fever basketball fans. But it wasn't the only highlight from Clark out there. She also hit a little bit of a floater during the course of this, which is always exciting to see when Clark starts getting those mid-range things to fall. Here she comes. Dribble handoff from Boston. Floater. There it is again. There it is. Caitlin Clark back on the floor for Indiana. And what does that mean also? It means that Clark will be playing with Aari McDonald for the first time. Not something that we have seen before, and certainly something to get excited about because it allows for different looks. You can see here this video from Scott Agnes. Caitlin Clark is playing off ball, and Aari McDonald is bringing the ball up. And here comes Clark. Going to run off ball action. Get open at the top. Another dribble handoff from Malia. Oh, little step back midi. Another mid-range shot. But the whole goal, and you can hear the crowd erupt, by the way, there. The whole goal, as you can see on this play, is to get Caitlin Clark freed for easier shots. So she's not having to fight against the defense for every bit of real estate. That's why you do that. It also gives her a little bit of a chance to rest because when you have the ball in your hands the entire time, it wears on you. Versus she can jog down, stand in the corner for a bit, catch her bearings, catch her breath, and then be ready to attack off of that. So those are some of the, the rationale behind that. It also allows you to play Aari and Caitlin on the floor at the same time. And considering as well as Aari McDonald has played, that should obviously be something that the team needs to look at as it advances forward in the season. Because the addition of Aari McDonald has been huge. It will also allow the Fever to be super fast. McDonald brings a certain level of defensive tenacity. It's just an exciting, the possibilities are exciting to see what they can do, what Stephanie White can do. And that's the prerogative for the head coach now, is how to balance those minutes, right? How to delineate the playing time between Clark, McDonald, Mitchell, that whole really too, the backcourt and those players without being too undersized, but while leveraging the speed, while leveraging the downhill ability, while leveraging the passing ability, the quickness, all those things. Those are exciting possibilities. And that's something that Stephanie White talked about after practice, as well as Caitlin Clark's injury status and when she could return.
And having 2 point guard ball handlers on the floor.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good. For us to be able to see off the ball a little bit more, in certain situations, and playing on the floor with Aari gives her that opportunity to do that. I think it can give her a break. I think we can get her and our team different looks when that happens. So. This is really the first time that we've been able to practice that. So look forward to exploring that a little bit more.
What is the structure of having one or the other be on or off ball at any given time? Is it certain sets? Is it a feel thing for them? How do you kind of determine how that works?
It'll kind of be organic. Way back in the day, my first time here, I played with January and Erica Wheeler together. So I'm used to playing multiple point guards on the floor at the same time. It'll be organic. The only time that we'll probably predetermine anything is dead balls. When we want to get a certain look, maybe after free throws if we want to get a certain look. But really more than anything, we want to be able to play where our high guards run and our low guard gets our outlet. And having Aari on the floor gives us another opportunity to do that.
With Caitlin obviously playing 5-on-5 today, do you anticipate her progressing to be able to play on Wednesday?
I hope so. I think just the same structure, I would say, return to play structure as we have been. It's like she gets to do a little bit more, and then we see tomorrow is there progress or is there any regression? How does she feel? How does she look? What does recovery look like? And so this was really the first time we've been able to get her out into live action. So we'll see what it brings tomorrow.
So obviously still erring on the side of caution, but even that I hope so about her returning on Wednesday is an indication of what the Fever are thinking. And what Stephanie White just said there backs up what I had to say about the Caitlin Clark and Aari McDonald combination. So just good news, positive news, good vibes out of Fever practice. And there was a little bit of all-star content as well. The last video, Chloe Peterson, this one, Scott Agnes again, about Caitlin Clark's all-star selections and the Fever versus everybody mentality extending to those festivities.
My team tonight. I think there's a high chance Kels and AB are on my team. I'm going to do everything I can. I might trade the rest of my team for those two, but no, I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. And that's what the All-Star Game is really about, just giving the fans something to cheer about and everybody have a good time. And, honestly, just celebrate how great the venue is and, where it's going to go.
So there you go. And when I'm just joking around, the Fever versus everybody, obviously Caitlin Clark has previously said it was her goal to join AB and Kelsey Mitchell as teammates, which I believe Cheryl Swoops actually picked. Cheryl Swoops did a mock draft on the podcast she's a part of, and I've actually seen her praised by Fever fans for those draft picks. She was representing Caitlin Clark. Funny enough. And there you go. She got Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell on the squad, as well as Gabby Williams and Asia Wilson and, Satu, Sabrina. So a nice group there picked by Miss Swoops. Nonetheless, that's the vibes that Caitlin Clark's return gets you, right? Like all smiles. Everybody's happy. Everybody's thinking about the possibilities and what can be. Because, of course, the Fever are not better without Caitlin Clark. That's a ridiculous notion. But they have improved since Caitlin Clark has been off the floor this last time. They've improved everywhere else. And now you take that improvement and you add the vast improvement that comes with Clark being placed back into the lineup, and you have the reason for optimism. Now, again, you heard Coach. They'll have to see how she feels tomorrow. Obviously, if she wakes up sore, they'd hold her out another game, something like that. But all signs are pointing to Caitlin Clark returning for the game against the Valkyries, which includes her returning to 5-on-5 action at practice, which includes her, everybody talking about it in hopeful terms. And then, of course, would also include the first Fever vision of Clark out on the floor with Aari McDonald, which is going to be a sight to see.